Thanks, Flo. Thanks, everyone, for coming back after lunch. That's good news. So the moving world, what's this about? So we are TomTom. We know that there are 2 billion drivers every day, driving, moving goods and people, driving over 65 million kilometers of road network, and this is what we call the moving world. And what do we want to do? What's our objective with that? We want to help the organizations, we want to help governments to optimize this. And when we say optimize, we mean reducing congestions, reducing emissions, and it should be also zero accident and especially zero death on the road. And so this is the aim at TomTom. And no. No. So basically, the next 13 minutes now, I would like to introduce you why we are doing this, how we managed to scale up our business, and at the end, what is behind this, and basically our technology. Next. So the why. So yeah, every 25 seconds, a person dies in a car accident. That's amazing. That's huge. That's not acceptable. It means that in 1 year, you have 1.3 million people, 1.3 million deaths. So in 3 years, potentially, something like the entire population of Madrid could disappear. We want to avoid this. 28% of global warming is due to transportation. This is the second reason of global warming after energy productions. Actually, in the US, it's the number one. Every year, $3,000 of cost due to congestion, all in New York City, per driver. It's like almost $34 billion lost because of congestions. Again, we want to help to tackle this. So we imagine a safe, connected, and autonomous world free of congestions and emissions. This is our ambition. And how did we manage to scale this? How did we manage to optimize this and scale our business? Yeah, so, too fast, okay. Sorry, no. The previous one, please. This is important. Yeah, so this is a picture of the IIT in London, the engineering institutes, where the top 100 inventions of the century were voted, inventions that changed people's life. And TomTom is one of them. So that's amazing. That's how we started, one P&D. And thanks to this, we scale up. And after almost 30 years, we reach 100 million drivers. That's amazing, right? So it's one product, successful products. Every startup, let's say, dreams with that, but this is not enough, right? So we managed even to go further and develop an entire category of product lines to scale this more up. And thanks to that, we reached the 800 million, right? And we want to go even further. And this is thanks to all the technology that we embed and license to all our OEMs, customers, so automotive business, the navigation apps that we release for Android, for iOS, TomTom apps, but we are also in the back end of most of the important, let's say, Apple, let's say, like Apple Maps, or smartphone manufacturers and maps. So we power these Apple Maps with our, let's say, cartography and traffic, as well as, let's say, in the back end of most of the important, some of the most important ride-hailing or let's call it new mobility application like Uber, but also be in the back end of some of the most important, let's say, telematics or let's say application for the professional drivers, right? So all these ecosystems is what we used and where we, let's say, diversified our business, and thanks to that we reached this huge amount of million of, let's say, drivers connected to our ecosystem. And our ambition is to reach the 2 billion, so we are only 1.2, let's say, away from the target, right? And yeah, thanks to that, it's basically how we build all our technologies, starting from the maps. We are one of the, let's say, few global map providers. And when we talk about map, it's, let's say, sophisticated detailed vector maps for any kind of, let's say, use case and functionalities that you can imagine, from simple visualization with even 3Ds from the cities to more, let's say, sophisticated algorithms for searching, POIs, for geocoding, routing calculation, taking into account the traffic, and so on and so forth. And this is what we call maps for human. But we went even further to this, and we create additional, let's say, layers and services like ADAS for autonomous driving and HD maps, so high definition maps, like the picture that you can see, which is really robots map with centimeter level accuracy that basically allow any car sensor of the future of autonomous driving to know what's the, let's say, geographical context, to interpret what's going on, and also to have, let's say, plan B in case some of those sensors could fail. So this is really, let's say, latest technology based on LiDAR technology to create this kind of maps. But not just vector maps, not just database, but we also provide software as a services, so APIs for maps displays, APIs for traffic layers display, like incidents, traffic flows, search, POIs, geocoding, batch geocoding, routing, taking into account the traffic, historic, real-time, rerouting, routing optimization, and so on and so forth. And then, on top of that, we have this huge amount of GPS probe that, let's say, allow us to generate this huge traffic layer, right? And when we say big data, it's really big data. So every hour, basically, thanks to these GPS traces, we could remap the entire globe network. If you take a look at this short video, is like Berlin. So in every 20 minutes, with all this huge amount of data, we could rebuild the map for the entire Berlin city. And you can really see, let's say, how people are moving, and yeah, all the density with different colors. So it's really amazing what we can do with this data. And in order to enable our, let's say, partners and customers to take advantage and use this data to gather the best insights from that, we provide a set of, let's say, APIs and tools for traffic analytics, like traffic stats or region destination analysis or monitoring routes in real time, and many others. So, and yeah, let's say within this ecosystem of partners, of course, CARTO is one of them. We are partner of CARTO, and all this technology, this content and services are made available within the CARTO solutions and applications. So you can do this kind of analysis, like traffic density in the cities, see where are the most congested, let's say, traffic segments in any city of the world, basically. You can do analysis of specific routes, like this kind of location intelligence or geomarketing analysis to extract insight from there. Or you can just visualize real-time traffic information, like incidents, where are the incidents, where the jump starts, where it ends, which is the expected delay, or let's say the typical flow visualization. And yeah, many more things like, for instance, batch geocoding, right? So you have a huge amount of database of points that you need to geocode. So you don't need to do this one by one, but you can just use our batch geocoding API and basically upload everything and get the information back with the highest accuracy, thanks to not just to the let's say detailed map, but also additional layers like address points, for instance, that allow you to do a very accurate geocoding, not just on the, let's say, postal code or a house number, but also if there is a building with different entry, we have this information, so you can really deliver your good, your package to the exact entry point of the building. And many other things. If we talk about routing, for instance, apart from the typical route from A to B, optimized with traffic or node, you can do also this kind of complex, let's say, routing optimization up to 150 waypoints that you can select, or other stuff like, for instance, this is quite interesting use case. This is about eco driving, or what we call isochron maps or reachable range. So if you are driving an electric car, it's an example with Tesla, and you know the autonomy of your battery. You say, okay, if I have 27 minutes autonomy, which is the reachable range? So how far I can get, let's say, around me, and most important, where are the next AV stations, electric vehicle station, where I can recharge my battery, right? So all these kind of use cases and many more you can do with our content and services, and especially with platforms and applications like the tools that CARTO provide that can help you to extract from good, let's say, database, good data, fresh, as much as possible in real time. You can extract the best insight to solve your issues and develop your use cases. So just to conclude and recap, so the why, now you know the why we want to optimize and work for this in this field, and it's because we want to engineering let's say, safe, connected, and autonomous world, and it's important that's free of congestion and emissions and accidents and death on the road. And we already did big part of that, scaling up our business, let's say moving up from one product company to a successful, let's say, set of products and services, and we want to continue to scale up to our, let's say, goal of this 2 billion, let's say, connected drivers into our ecosystem. And thanks to that, now you know a little bit more about our technologies of maps, traffic, navigation, autonomous driving, and electric vehicles, and so on. So thank you so much for your attention. Thanks, CARTO, for inviting us. We are proud to be a sponsor of this event, and we hope to be here next year, of course. Keep, let's say, supporting CARTO and going together in this journey for location intelligence. Thank you.